Gianluigi Donnarumma to Manchester City, transfer latest as intrigue continues. Manchester City could yet sign Gianluigi Donnarumma this summer, but there is confusion over their goalkeeping situation. Manchester City are waiting for clarity on Ederson's future ahead of a potential move for Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. City have denied claims they have agreed personal terms with the 26-year-old Italian international as they consider a complete revamp of their goalkeeping department this summer. The Blues will only make a move for the PSG stopper if Ederson leaves the club. Galatasaray's bid for the 32-year-old has been turned down, but they could yet return for a player with only 1 year left on his contract. Ederson was on the bench for City's defeat to Tottenham on Saturday, with James Trafford handed a second successive start after his £27 million move from Burnley. Trafford made a mistake for Spurs' second goal, and after the game, Pep Guardiola insisted that nothing should be read into the selection in terms of his long-term number one this season. There is the potential for a change in goal for Sunday's trip to Brighton, but much of that will depend on what happens with Ederson's future. Galatasaray are yet to return with another bid for a player. City are open to selling, given he has just a year left on his contract. If he doesn't leave the club, it is unlikely that City will press ahead with plans to sign Donnarumma. PSG want around £40 million for the goalkeeper, but their hand is weakened by the fact that Luis Enrique has made it clear that the Italian has no long-term future at the club. City is Donnarumma's most likely destination at this stage of the window, but club officials insist the move isn't as far advanced as personal terms being agreed. He was given a big farewell at the Parc des Princes on Friday night, but doesn't appear to have a move lined up. The goalkeeping situation is further complicated by third-choice Marcus Bettinelli's injury, which has so far prevented Stefan Ortega from leaving the club. The German was expected to leave this summer after Trafford returned from Burnley. With just a week of the window to go, City will hope to find clarity within their goalkeeping ranks sooner rather than later. 8 deals Manchester City could still complete before the transfer window closes. There is a week of the summer transfer window remaining, and Manchester City still have plenty to do before deadline day. With a week to go until the transfer window closes for another few months, there is the expectation of plenty more activity at Manchester City. The summer has already been a busy one at the Etihad, with around £150 million spent on new arrivals and several senior players departing the club. Pep Guardiola's squad has been strengthened by the arrival of James Trafford, Rayan Ait-Nouri, Tijani Reinders and Ryan Cherki, but Kevin De Bruyne, James McAtee and Kyle Walker have left on permanent deals, and Jack Grealish has joined Everton on loan. Guardiola is still unhappy with the size of his squad and wants players moved on before the 7 p.m. deadline next Monday, September 1st, but Director of Football Hugo Viana could yet move to add more quality to the ranks as well. It promises to be a dramatic final week of the window, and these are the major deals which could yet be completed before the bell rings. The situation around the goalkeeping department this summer has been unusual. Scott Carson left at the end of his contract and was replaced by Marcus Bettinelli, and it looked like that was that. But then in came Trafford, with the expectation that Stefan Ortega would leave. More on that shortly. Ederson said in June he was going to stay for the final year of his contract, but has been the subject of interest from Galatasaray for more than a month. A week ago, moving Ederson on and signing Gianluigi Donnarumma, who has been told he can leave Paris Saint-Germain, looked highly likely. But those moves now feel a little more in the balance. Ederson needs to get that move to Turkey before City can bring in 26-year-old Donnarumma, despite reports emerging that the latter has agreed personal terms at the Etihad, while James Trafford had a tough afternoon against Tottenham, having been preferred to the Brazilian in the City goal. The return of Trafford signalled the end of Ortega's time at the Etihad, or at least that was the plan. He was on the bench at Wolves, and with Bettinelli still injured, the German goalkeeper hasn't gone anywhere yet. He is still expected to leave. He was a reluctant number 2 at times and would have little desire to hang around as a number 3 goalkeeper. Expect Ortega to get a move before the window shuts. His destination will be interesting, with a desire to go and play regularly now. Guardiola's complaints about the size of his squad really focus on centre-backs and central midfield. Even with Vitor Rice out on loan, there are too many defenders in this squad. That means Manuel Akanji or Nathan Ake could leave without being replaced. Galatasaray have also expressed interest in Akanji, and a deal still seems likely for the 30-year-old. AK has also fallen down the pecking order and was briefly linked with Everton. As a left-footer and a homegrown player, his versatility means selling Akanji is preferable to letting Ake go, and the Spurs game perhaps provided the clarity given Akanji was not in the squad, and Ake came on for the injured Ryan Ait-Nouri, and could well be needed moving forward. Yes, Calvin Phillips is still a Manchester City player. He has been injured for much of the summer, and is the last of the quartet left out of the Club World Cup to find a move, with Walker, McAtee and Grealish all now playing elsewhere. Giving Reinders the number 4 shirt that belonged to Phillips was another signal that his Etihad career is well and truly over. He has been linked with a return to Leeds, and something has to happen this week. Jack Grealish makes telling Manchester City remark as he proves point at Everton. Jack Grealish got the assists for Iliman Ndiaye and James Garner in the 2-0 victory over Brighton at Hill Dickinson Stadium, and he's enjoying his football again at Everton. Jack Grealish is back to enjoying his football as he starred in Everton's curtain-raising win over Brighton at their new stadium. The on-loan Manchester City ace got the assists for Iliman Ndiaye and James Garner in the 2-0 victory at Hill Dickinson Stadium. Grealish, 29, had fallen out of favour with Pep Guardiola, so needed to make a change this summer, and is loving life on the blue half of Merseyside. He said the main thing was to enjoy football and enjoy playing every day. I think maybe at times in the last couple of years, I've not fallen out of love, but didn't enjoy football as much as I should. My family said it to me at times when I was at home. That's down to nobody but myself. I absolutely love football, and I want to have that feeling again when you get up on a match day and can't wait to get out there. That's how I felt today, and hopefully my performance showed that. Everton kicked off life at their new stadium with a big 3 points, and boss David Moyes paid tribute to those who helped make it happen. He said, "You go to nearly all the best stadiums in the world, but this felt different because it was to do with the people who put the thought and effort into building this ground, who instigated it, found a way to get the money.